Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a case of understanding, the power of the spirit world, of course, as we
Mhm.
know, and there's obviously the paranormal activity videos that came out a couple of years ago. They were fascinating, and obviously with social media coming up, we can see a lot more stuff coming up. I mean, we can go down the Miami, down to the Miami saga. I don't know if you've seen it in the UK. We'll go on to that a bit later, but they're saying there's an alien invasion over there. So we'll leave it at that. That's just a general comment, but we'll go from there. But the whole point of it is we don't really realize we are getting more and more connected to the spirit world. And
Well,
as
yeah,
you
the
know,
energies are rising. So,
yeah. Would you say the veil's going off too there, Steve? Would you say like we always say the veil goes off, and we talk about Halloween, the veil always come, and the path between the wall between the spirit world sort of thins. But do you feel the veil is really coming off us, and us as white lighters, I'll call white lighters, or ascendees or whatever you want to call, are ascending that way, and a lot of people are finding their egos getting more fueled, but then they're getting an understanding of the spirit world sort of working upon them as well. Sounds really basic.
yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. The yes, for all intents and purposes, the there's more light workers now in and around the world than what there ever has been. So the whole vibration of the earth is a lot higher, and spirit are higher vibrating beings. So if we as a conscious collective are raising our vibration, we are in effect getting closer to the other side, where we are thinning the veil. So yes, totally agree. we're
Absolutely.
definitely
So
we're
you're,
definitely
yeah, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, no, we're thinning the veil. That there's a lot more communication going on. That there's people that are communicating with ETs as well through meditation and what have you. There's a guy called Stephen Greer who's calling the CE5 Close Encounters of the sort of fifth kind, where we instigate communication with ETs and things. So yeah, through
Oh, okay.
meditation, just like we would if we were wanting to contact someone in the spirit world, on the in heaven, or well, in the
Yeah.
spirit world.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
spirit
yeah,
world. So we're connecting. So what you're saying is we're connecting to, well, okay, for the use of a better word, alien beings, for the use of a better word. So we can
ETs.
connect,
Yeah,
also ET, so we can connect on that level, through what we practice in the spirit world. So we're talking about, well, any type of communication. So you can communicate through, those Ouija boards, all those ones things. Is that where you're going?
as well as yes, yeah. I mean
Oh,
that
okay,
certainly would
cool.
be through a Ouija board. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So um, there are. I mean, there's a lady called Esther Hicks. Oh, she
That
channels.
rings a bell. That word, that
Yeah,
name rings a bell. Yeah, keep going. Yeah.
Esther and Jerry Hicks. They started in the 80s, and she, not necessarily, is not an ET, of course, but she channels through um, a higher vibratory being called Abraham. So, but they're
Okay.
not from the spirit world as we would class the spirit world to be. They're a higher dimensional being. And there's a guy who channels through something called Bashar.
Sure.
Uh,
Okay.
who there's loads of them. There's loads of. Just have a look for channeling. It's pretty interesting stuff.
Channeling
Um,
Hades, is that what you said?
no, channeling.
Oh,
It's
just
pretty.
channeling. Sorry, I couldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry
channeling.
about that.
Yeah,
Just channeling.
yeah.
It's an interesting concept, because I mean, I think, are people, in your opinion, with all that we do, and we're all doing the same work, but we're all different. Excuse me, sorry, I just got to. We're all doing the same work, but we're sort of like, I call it the super friends. Like, I do a lot of symbolism with regards to, the cartoons is a big message for me. So you got the Justice League Hall of Justice, and you got all these super friends in there, and that's what we're sort of developing now. Everyone's got a special gift to give to the world, and we're all coming together as one. If you get where I'm going, we're all got our own. You got
Mm.
Batman, you got Superman, you got Hawkman, Splash, whatever. So Wonder Woman, whatever. But we've all got those special powers. And I think, within that, especially the X-Men, throwing I think the X-Men was such an eye opener with regards to people who are different. Doesn't matter if they're, we're not saying they're, the Beast or they're Cyclops or whatever. We're all different in some way. We're all our own X-Men. You know what I mean? In our own way, especially what we could consider that. If you get where I'm going.
Certainly, there are a lot of new teachers coming out, so to speak.
Yeah.
Not obviously not with supernatural powers per se, but yes, they've got different
knowledge,
different messages to come out. Yeah, and different people will be able to appreciate the different aspects of different people. So one person is going to struggle to talk to everybody, every demographic.
Yes.
Whereas if you have certain, lots of different people, they're going to attract a certain, let's call it clientele or a certain audience. So yeah, I think that's
and that's the key. And that's the key point of why I do what I do, because a different voice, people will attract to a different voice because they'll resonate with that.